From above, it looks like a giant dragon crawling across the earth, stretching over mountains, deserts, and forests. It is one of humanity's greatest achievements, and yet one of its deepest mysteries. The Great Wall of China. For centuries, people have admired its sheer scale and beauty, but hidden within its stones are secrets, stories of sacrifice, lost knowledge, and unanswered questions. Was it truly built just as a wall of defense? Or does it hold something far more mysterious? Something that history has never fully revealed? Tonight we embark on a journey, not just to walk along the wall, but to uncover the shadows it still hides. The Great Wall is not just a wall, it is a living monument, one that breathes with the echoes of history. Built across more than 13,000 miles, it weaves through the landscapes of China like veins across the skin of the earth. To the outside world, it is a wonder of human determination, a structure so vast that many once believed it could be seen from space. To the people of China, it has long been a symbol of pride, perseverance, and survival. But behind the legend, there lies a darker truth. Beneath the layers of stone and soil are the lives of countless workers, soldiers, peasants, and prisoners who gave everything, often without recognition. Ancient Chinese folklore whispers, if you want to know how long the Great Wall truly is, count the bones beneath its shadow. The wall is not only made of bricks and stone, it is built upon sacrifice, millions of nameless souls who vanished into its foundation. This haunting reality gives rise to the first great mystery. Was the wall truly a monument of strength or a graveyard disguised as stone? This question sets the stage for our journey into the past, where the name of one man thunders above all others, Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. History books often tell us that the Great Wall was the vision of a single man, Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. In 221 BC, after unifying the warring states, he ordered the walls of different kingdoms to be joined into one continuous barrier. It was his dream of eternal security, a shield that would protect his empire from the nomadic tribes of the north. But the reality was far more complex. The wall was not the creation of one emperor alone. It was a patchwork of construction that spanned dynasties: Han, Sui, Jin, and especially the Ming. Each era added to it, rebuilt it, or let it decay. The result is not one single wall, but many walls stitched together over centuries. This leads to a haunting question. Who really built the Great Wall? Was it Qin Shi Huang with his iron will? Was it the Ming emperors who reinforced it against Mongol invasions? Or was it the countless unnamed workers whose sweat and blood became the mortar that holds the stones together? Legends speak of millions forced into labor: soldiers, peasants, prisoners, even scholars who had displeased the emperor. Many never returned home. They died where they worked, their bodies buried within the wall itself. One of the most chilling folk tales tells of Meng Jiangnu, a woman whose husband was taken to build the wall. When he died of exhaustion, she traveled thousands of miles to find him. Upon reaching the wall, she wept with such grief that a section of it collapsed, revealing her husband's bones beneath. This story, passed down for generations, reminds us that the wall is not just stone, it is memory. And in that memory lies a paradox. The wall that was meant to protect life was built upon the sacrifice of life. So we must ask again, was the Great Wall truly a triumph of human achievement or a monument to human suffering? How could an ancient civilization, more than 2,000 years ago, build something so massive, so enduring, that parts of it still stand strong today? The secret lies in methods and materials that continue to puzzle modern scientists. One of the greatest mysteries is the mortar that binds the stones together. Unlike ordinary lime mortar used in many ancient structures, Chinese builders created something extraordinary. Archaeologists discovered that the mortar contained an unusual ingredient: sticky rice. Yes, the very same rice that fed generations was mixed into the construction. This sticky rice mortar was far stronger than anything else of its time. It resisted rain, earthquakes, and even invading plants. Modern experiments confirm that the combination of lime and the amylopectin in rice created a chemical bond that was incredibly resilient. It is the reason sections of the wall have stood for centuries, while many other ancient structures have crumbled. But mortar was not the only mystery. Some parts of the wall were built across mountains so steep that even modern equipment would struggle to reach them. How did workers transport stones weighing tons, dragging them up cliffs and across deserts? Some historians suggest ingenious systems of wooden rollers and sledges. Others believe thousands of workers formed human chains, passing stone after stone for miles. There are also reports of underground walls, sections buried deep beneath the earth, invisible from above. Were they foundations, hidden bunkers, or secret passageways? Scholars are still debating, and many of these underground structures remain unexplored. The more we uncover, the clearer it becomes. The Great Wall was not just a triumph of labor, but a triumph of forgotten science. Technology so advanced for its time that it feels almost like magic. And yet, with every mystery solved, new ones emerge. For each stone that tells us how, another asks us why. On the surface, the Great Wall looks like an endless barrier, stone upon stone, rising and falling with the mountains, stretching without mercy across the land. But hidden within its structure are secrets that few have ever seen. Throughout history, travelers and soldiers reported mysterious gates, doors that seemed to appear in the wall only to vanish again. Some of these were cleverly disguised, blending perfectly into the stones, designed so enemies could never spot them. These hidden gates allowed Chinese troops to move silently, launching ambushes where no one expected. There are also whispers of underground tunnels running parallel to the wall. Some may have been storage chambers, holding food, weapons, or supplies. Others might have been escape routes, carved as a last defense against overwhelming invasions. Even today, archaeologists uncover strange hollow spaces beneath collapsed watchtowers. Were these shelters for soldiers, hidden prisons, or perhaps chambers designed for communication signals? Torches, smoke, drums that echoed through the wall like a living nervous system? Legends tell of entire sections that collapsed mysteriously, revealing cavernous voids below. Farmers have reported finding stone corridors leading into darkness, only to seal them again, fearful of curses said to haunt the wall. And then there are the rumors of treasure, tales of emperors hiding gold, scrolls or sacred artifacts within the wall itself, ensuring they would never be looted by enemies. So far, no treasure has been proven real, yet the idea lingers, fueling treasure hunters who still dream of riches buried in the shadow of the wall. The Great Wall was not only a defense line, it was a labyrinth, a fortress within a fortress, a place where stone concealed not just strength, but mystery, which leaves us wondering if the wall itself is a riddle, what truths still lie hidden inside its silent chambers? For decades, one of the most famous claims about the Great Wall was this: it is the only man-made structure visible from space. It's a story told in classrooms, repeated in travel guides, and celebrated in documentaries. The idea makes the wall sound even more extraordinary, an achievement so vast that astronauts could gaze down from orbit and see it with the naked eye. But the truth is very different. When modern astronauts began circling the Earth, they reported that the wall was not easily visible at all. The problem wasn't size, it was color. The Great Wall blends with the mountains and deserts around it, making it nearly impossible to spot without help. NASA confirmed this. While city lights, airports, and highways are visible from space, the Great Wall is not. Even Chinese astronaut Yang Liwei, on the nation's first manned space mission in 2003, admitted he could not see the wall. So how did this myth begin? Historians believe it dates back to the 18th century, when European writers, who had never seen the wall, imagined its scale to be so grand it must be visible from the moon. Over time, the story spread. turning into a fact that almost everyone believed. And yet myths have power. The idea of the wall stretching so far that it could be seen from space captured imaginations everywhere. It transformed the wall from a national symbol into a global legend. So perhaps the question is not whether the wall can be seen from space, but rather, why did we want it to be? Because in every age, humanity seeks proof of greatness. And for the Great Wall, the myth itself became part of its mystery. The Great Wall of China stands as both triumph and riddle. It stretches across deserts, rivers, and mountains. Yet it also stretches across the boundaries of myth and truth. We know it was built to defend against invaders, but was defense its only purpose? Some scholars suggest it was also a symbol of power, a message carved into the earth itself. This is where China begins and ends. Others believe the wall was more psychological than physical. After all, no wall could truly keep out every army, but the sight of such a colossal barrier may have broken enemy morale before a single arrow was fired. The wall was not just stone, it was strategy, intimidation, and identity. And yet mysteries remain. How many truly died in its construction? How many secrets lie beneath its stones, in chambers still sealed, in tunnels still hidden? Were treasures really buried there? Or were those only stories to give hope to the oppressed? The wall whispers but never answers. It is a paradox, strong yet fragile, eternal yet crumbling, a monument of unity yet also of suffering. Perhaps that is why it continues to capture our imagination. Because the wall does not give us certainty, it gives us questions. Questions about power, about sacrifice, about what humanity is willing to build and what we are willing to destroy. Standing upon its stones, looking across the horizon, where the wall disappears into the mist, one truth becomes clear. The mysteries of the Great Wall are not meant to be fully solved. They are meant to remind us of the limits of human ambition and the depths of human endurance. The dragon of stone still sleeps across the land, and in its silence, it keeps its secrets.